Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about Something That's Killing Children number 6. And this is going to be kind of a harsh review. And it's not harsh because I want to be mean to the book. It's going to be harsh because I'm just telling it like I think it is, like it is, you know? Um, Kind of an interesting cover. This actually ties into like the last chapter of the book. Um, the last section of the book, which I'm not even going to talk about at all because it feels kind of superfluous at this point. Maybe it ties into something cool. I don't know. But the book opens up with actually the inside cover is really awesome. It makes you think of Out of This World. If you've never played that game, that was awesome. It was doing like fully 3D stuff way back in like 1991. Really revolutionary. But the book opens up with this flashback sequence of the kids before they're killed. Totally unnecessary, superfluous. Rip those pages out of this book and open the book up. Let's see, what's that? What's five? Hold on, let me count this. Yeah, five pages of material. This is where the book should have started, right there. Her standing like that. And what you can do in this situation, you could do a two-page thing. So you've got like or not page, two-panel thing. Him in the bed, right here. You know, he's under blankets. There's his head. Got an arm coming down like this. Her standing here, looking in through a doorway. We're looking through the glass over here, of course, like just how it's laid out now. That's fine. And then for the bottom panel, have one big panel, and all she does is she turns around. Or if you don't like that, if you think that's kind of trite, you can do what they do here and have this only turn her around here. And then you get kind of like a John Wayne The Searchers thing going on. If you've never seen that, her character and that character fit. So you can just do like her in the doorway. You know, here's her body, limbs, head. She's facing that way and getting ready to go. That's all you got to do. That's super effective. Put her in shadow too while you're at it. So everything in here is kind of in darkness. That way she's silhouetted. So we have a bright source of light out here, you know, casting light in that way. Her shadow's like on the floor. That's super effective. It tells you a lot about the character. It tells you they're an outsider, that they don't fit into society, that they can't be part of it. So this is like the simple way to do it because you can reuse most of the art and just redraw her. But if you want to go like the distance, you do this. And they already did a panel kind of like that. All they had to do was turn her around, and it would have been super effective. As opposed to this glance over the shoulder when somebody comes to bug her. Oh man, I whacked my camera. I apologize. You're going to have to deal with the bouncy for a second. Then she starts talking to the guy, the brother of one of the dead kids, who is the one that shot, you know, the kid that's laying in the hospital bed. And the only thing that happens on this two-page spread, which is actually a three-page long sequence, is she breaks his arm. And he swears. None of this is really necessary. It's also this confusing, we're going across the pages layout. I don't know why you're doing that. Stop it. This does not help the story. There's nothing here that takes advantage of the fact that you can go across. If you really wanted to do that, you could have like rearranged your panels, got rid of like one of these unnecessary panels here. It doesn't matter which one, but done this thing where this went from here to here, and maybe drew it out, have them like standing on silhouetted in a doorway or something like that, or even just kind of ignore the fact that there's a wall there and give us an omniscient camera, and then you could do that layout and have like up here he's reaching out for her on the top, this real long. Oh, you could even like zoom in and have a crazy perspective, like it's his distorted arm, it's like a fisheye effect or something. Like there's a lot of creative things you could have done right here. And then the bottom is her breaking his arm, and it would have been cool. That would have been kind of reminiscent of like the camera work in Old Boy, for example. If you've never seen that movie, it's absolutely fantastic. But this is 3 pages that basically boils down to 2 panels of material. So here we are in the book. We're maybe we've got like 1.5 pages of stuff. Then we just like have a whole bunch of crap with the cops, and it could have been summarized in a single panel. And that single panel that matters is that who got to you? How did they get to you? You could have summarized this whole cop discussion in a single panel and saved me like how many pages is this? 4 pages. Now, the sequence that's awesome comes up. It's her and the kid. And the kid is traumatized. The kid's in shock, and the kid is processing her feelings the way a kid would. Shock, it's all very matter of fact. Like, she's not horrified. Like, she's been in that for so long. The horror has worn off. She's shell shocked, and she's just talking. There's like 4 pages of this, and it's great. I wouldn't have changed a single panel here, except maybe I would have got rid of this stupid crossing the page stuff that doesn't have any effect. This is going to look terrible in a trade, man. That's maybe the only thing I would have changed. Oh, there's like 6 pages of that. It's all so good. And after this sequence, which is excellent, the kid actually acts like a kid that's been traumatized. And after this sequence, we cut to the house of slaughter and blah, 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 blah. And maybe that turns out to be really important. It's certainly what's called out on the cover here. But right now, it doesn't feel like it matters all that much. I'm sure that'll change. Like, the next issue will be like, you know, her getting kicked out of the club or something, I'm sure. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out. So that's Something That's Killing the Children number 6. There's like one really good sequence, and everything else could have been summarized in a couple of panels. So there's like maybe half a comic book here, but I still paid full price. That's my opinion. Your opinion probably will vary, and it probably should vary. If we're all thinking the same thing, ain't none of us thinking. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm sure this will be controversial. You all take care of yourselves. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.